We continue our team coverage on the deadly shootings in Maine with local insight on the search for the suspect.
Western Mass News reporter Kristen Burnell now joins us live after getting answers from the law enforcement community. Kristen.
Abby, I spoke with one former corrections officer who shared that timing and resources are imperative during situations like these.
This particular suspect, as we know it, he has prior military experience, which is already a heightened sense of alertness for our law enforcement personnel. They're essentially going to have to capitalize on somebody that has equal, if not more, training than they do.
A suspect remains at large following the deadly shooting in Maine that left 18 people dead and 13 injured. Numerous law enforcement leaders from across New England offering their support to find the suspect, 40-year-old Robert Card.
We've asked for anything. The answer's been yes, period. Tactical teams, evidence response teams, full-blown investigative units, detective units that have come from multiple states, whether it's the commissioners from Vermont and New Hampshire reaching out to me directly, Massachusetts saying, what do you need, Mike? What can we do for the state of Maine?
On a local level, Western Mass News spoke with a former corrections officer with 20 years of experience, who is now a criminal justice professor at American International College. She tells us it is imperative to be strategic during the manhunt, given the suspect's military experience and mental well-being.
It's very important that information is processed early, especially if a behavior analyst can get involved and possibly giving law enforcement information regarding how this person is going to behave in the next couple minutes, hours, and going on for even longer periods of time.
Jennifer Feitelt says it is critical for the public to remain vigilant and to report anything suspicious they see to police. She also shared some of the challenges law enforcement might face as they continue their search for the suspect.
Getting in contact with potential family members that are associated with the suspect, because the suspect might have someone else that they're communicating with, possible hideouts, hideaways. Maybe they have more access to more weapons that law enforcement's unfamiliar with at this time. They probably know the area better than the law enforcement, especially the law enforcement that's coming from other areas like our federal government, SWAT teams, and so forth.
Governor Maura Healey says she spoke to Maine's Governor Janet Mills last night offering support, and also tells us in a statement in part, quote, "My thoughts are with the victims' families, survivors, and everyone across Maine and New England who will feel the weight of this senseless act of gun violence. We're holding our loved ones a little closer and praying for the safety of the people of Lewiston." Now, coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from a local police officer who shares the importance of resources such as the use of canine dogs during searches like this one. Reporting live in studio, Kristen Burnell, Western Mass News.